Hello world, this is Jeffrey, JGB146 Blake from Hoopa Hideout. I'm once again here to open some stuff with Cozy Games Mom.
Hi.
And what we have today, we have an entire sealed booster box, we have a build and battle kit, and we have 9 additional loose packs. So in total that's like 49 packs, and we're going to start with the build and battle kit. While I'm dealing with this, she will go ahead and just unseal this and divvy out the packs. Yeah, I think I made it. Can you get me started as well, please?
Sure. Where am I going here? Go along a scene, maybe?
Perfect.
There you go. Okay.
All right, let's get in here. Okay, slide the little piece of trash away. And we have Play Guide. Nobody really cares about.
I care about that.
Okay, she cares about it. I don't care about it.
Well, here, I'll look at it while you...
Well, wait, there's one thing I want to point out.
Oh.
Because...
So you do care. I lied.
Oh,
You
no,
lied.
it's not on here. We do have the checklist for checking to see what cards you got if you want to collect the whole set. But the thing that I wanted to share is not actually part of that. So we got the 4 packs built in, and we have the pre-constructed deck with Tatsugiri. There are 4 different decks that you can get. They all contain Luminous Energy, and they either all contain Pokemon that have special abilities when Dark is attached, or we get those cards pretty frequently, because like everyone at the pre-release where I got all this stuff from, shout out to Orchard Island, everyone was having them. So part of that then that I want to mention, with the Luminous Energy, it counts simultaneously as all types. So there are cards, it doesn't show the cards on here, but there are cards which specifically have an ability activated when you are playing, like when you have a dark energy attached. Luminous Energy counts for that, and simultaneously counts as whatever type you need it to count for the attack cost. It only counts as 1 unit of energy, but it counts as all types at the same time. Now then, let's tear through our pre-constructed deck. We've got a Tatsugiri pre-release promo. We have Florges, Floette, and Flobaby. The Florges actually has an ability once per turn, and I think you might be able to do it for each Florges you have out, but there'd be no reason to do it more than once if you succeeded. You can bring up whatever Pokemon you want from your opponent's bench, and the new Pokemon is confused. So that was making some waves in the pre-releases. We've got 1 Rillaboom, and 2 Thwackies, 2 Grookey's, a 1/1 Applin Diplin line, and then we have that Pheasantipity that is one of the cards that has the ability I was talking about. So with Pheasantipity, if he has any dark energy attached and is damaged by an attack, you get to flip a coin, and if you get heads, he doesn't take any damage. The attack actually isn't bad either. It's for 1 psychic energy, 30 for each energy attached to him. So that's pretty strong as well. Looks like Cozy Games Mom is over here checking off all the cards. So
I'm curious with all the things that we get, how much of the set we actually end up getting.
That is a good question. I never thought about it. Additionally to the new set of Pokemon cards, we get a bunch of trainers. So Jacques and Youngster are okay. I didn't mention it, but the Thwacky here is a pretty strong card too. If you have a Pokemon with Festival Lead as the ability, he doesn't have that, he has Boom Boom Groove. But Festival Lead is on the Diplin. Oh, that's not Diplin. Oh, there's Diplin. Festival Lead basically lets certain Pokemon, there's like 3 or 4 of them, attack twice in a turn as long as you have the accompanying stadium, Festival Grounds, out. But if you have a Festival Lead Pokemon in the active, then Thwacky gets basically a quick search ability, except it's different than quick search, because if you have multiple Thwackies, you can use it multiple times in the same turn. So you have this little single prizer that, as long as you have a Festival Lead Pokemon in the active, gets to search a card out every turn, and you can use it multiple times. So if you have 4 Thwackies, you can search out 4 cards every turn to get exactly what you want. One of those cards might be Festival Grounds, so that you can attack twice. Or you might just have this combination to get off a bunch of searches and then do an entirely different line for your attackers. But anyway, we've covered that. I guess we should talk about the Festival Grounds Stadium, which basically says each Pokemon that has any energies attached recovers from all special conditions while Festival Grounds is in play. So the confusion stuff that Pheasantipity was doing doesn't actually, you don't have confusion if Festival Grounds is in play. We have a new supporter from the set Picnicker, which is a flip a coin to draw either 4 cards on heads or 2 cards on tails. But this is a promo card, so it doesn't actually count toward the set.
What?
And we have a Buddy Buddy Poffin, a Rare Candy, an Ultra Ball, and a Rescue Board. The Rescue Board goes with Tatsugiri, and I guess I didn't talk about his ability, but his ability if I can bring him back onto the screen here. Attract customers means that once per turn, when he's in the active, you can look at the top 6 cards of your deck to find a supporter card. And then you shuffle everything back together again. But you pull out a supporter. It's kind of like the old Jirachi card from the Sun and Moon Lost Thunder-ish era. The rest of the cards that are in here are all just energies, including 2 limitless energies, like I mentioned. And here's the code card for the set. You can't redeem it yet. If you remember to come back and grab it, you can redeem it once things are live on live. Now, I guess we can divvy up attacks from the build-in battle.
Okay.
We have, looks like 1 of each, so do you want to pick which ones you want?
So I don't even know who any of these Pokemon are, but I'll take...
Dragabolt,
Yeah.
Sinistcha.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Green Goo Guy. Okay, I'll do that one.
This is, I think, I don't remember which mask this is, but this is Ogerpon.
Okay.
And then this is Blood Moon Ursaluna.
So I'll go with Scary Panda looking guy. Okay, so I'll take this one.
Okay, that's good, because I'm really hoping to pull a Dragabolt.
But okay, I like seeing new cards, but I don't know what any of them are, so we will see how this goes. Okay. Fione, is that how we say it? Fione. And Girder, and Venipede, and Aeron, and Clefable, and a Cook. Oh, that looks interesting, like a sandwich or something. Palafin, Okidogi.
It looks like we got a
Pinsir.
secret illustration rare there.
Super cute. And then a Heatran, and then Energy, and then are we showing code cards?
We got a hit.
This one? Okay,
the
so
SIR,
here's my
here's the
code card.
Flip it this way.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
And
Okay.
I wanted to talk about some of those cards a little bit.
Alright, so here's those.
So, real quick.
The ones that you aren't talking
super
about.
care, we don't super care, we don't super care, don't really care. Clefable has the Metronome attack, which some people from back during the X and Y Celebrations era? No, Generations. No, I don't remember the set name. It was a special set during X and Y. You had a Clefairy that had a 3 colorless attack called Metronome, which is the same concept here, but it's on a stage 1 and has a 2 colorless energy requirement. But it lets you choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. You don't have to have the same energy requirement. They don't have to use the attack. You can even summon up a Pokemon from their bench and use this. So it's a pretty powerful thing, because you basically get to pick whatever attack you want. So that's pretty cool. I really liked the Clefairy card, so I may be trying to sneak Clefable in if I can have an energy acceleration deck, because that effect can be really powerful. And since Dialga's been winning, I guess we should note, you can use this for 2 energies to copy Dialga V-Star's V-Star attack and get yourself an extra turn against Dialga.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Cook looks like it's just a straight reprint. And then Palafin. Palafin is the stage 1 off of Finizen, and this Palafin basically only works with Palafin EX. What happens is, when you switch from this Palafin that can't really do much, just a wave splash for 30, switch him onto the bench, and you get to search out the Palafin EX that has a 1 energy, 250 damage attack, and has 340 HP, just because of doing the switch. So that could be pretty powerful, but it is really weak to the concept of de-evolution.
Okay.
Then we have Okidogi, which is like the Bezendipity that we talked about. He's another one of the loyal 3, and if he has any dark energy attached, he gets 100 extra HP, and his attacks, which basically, well, it says the attacks it uses. It doesn't say the attacks it has, which is a no. Where can you find the Diplin card?
Yeah.
So there's a difference in wording here. I think the attacks it uses is going to mean this applies even to attacks that have like TM, like they come from a TM but do damage, because the Festival Lead attack, like I said, it lets it attack twice, but it can only use an attack that it personally has. So only to do the wave attack for Diplin, and for the other Festival Lead Pokemon, it's only attacks printed on the card. But with Okidogi, it says the attacks it uses. So that means TMs fit in here as well. And so any attack that's impacting the active that Okidogi can use, with that Dark Energy or a Rainbow Energy attached, will do an extra 100 damage on top of whatever the state is. So if you're playing a single prize deck, and you have Crisis Punch, for instance, it would do up to 380 damage instead of 280. So that's pretty neat. And also having a 230 HP basic single prizer is pretty powerful too. Here we have the Pinsir. That's the reason we shared the code card. Nice, pretty artwork, but not especially meaningful as a card. And finally, we have the Heatran with Incandescent Body. Just burns the Pokemon that attacks it. But this might be a good card for Dialga, because you can accelerate a lot of energy, and he does 50 damage for each metal energy that you have attached. He does discard those energies, but that can ramp up very fast if you're accelerating energies to him with Metang.
Okay.
All right, lots of talking. We're not going to talk about every card in that kind of detail, but as we get ones that look like cards I thought were interesting when I saw previews, I do want to touch base on those. So now we'll go into pack number 2, if I can ever get it open. Alright, we have a Glimlet, we have another Thwackey, we have a Heliolisk, Ducklet, a Glimora to go with that Glimlet. Doesn't look that impressive. Snorlax, a Morpeko, which has the ability to let you look at the top card of your deck and choose to discard that card if it's not one you're going to want to draw next turn. But you're tearing through your deck extra. We get another Dipplin, which goes along with the extra the extra Thwackey we got. Get a Flababy and another Pheasantipity. So no real hits there.
I'll mark those off after I show my cards. Okay, so we're gonna go with the green goo guy. Who is that? A Sinistea like?
So Sinistea gets sort of like a regional line here.
Okay. Okay, so we got a Malga, and we got a Hisuian Growth, and a Monferno, and a Nosepass, and a Carmine.
So Carmine is going to be played in Lugia, probably as a 4-of in a lot of cases.
So you can read it better.
And the only reason, it's a discard your hand, draw 5, which is worse than Professor's Research. But you get to use it on your first turn going first. And Lugia very much wants to go first, and being able to discard Archeops on that first turn and draw a new hand of cards is very powerful for Lugia. So this is going to be a card that fits into Lugia very nicely and will be played a lot in that context.
Okay. Then we got Heracross, and another Palafin, and a Volbeat, and a Chimchar, and a, oh my,
we got
Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm reading that upside down, and it's small, and I have no idea what these Pokemon are, so.
That's okay. I know about them, and I wouldn't have done much better. I personally am just referring to the Ogerpons as Fire Mask, Water Mask, Grass Mask, and I think the other one is Fighting Mask or Stone Mask. But this one might not, I think it's on the lower end of usability. So its first attack for a fire and 2 colorless, Wrathful Hearth, does 20 damage for each damage counter on it. So you'd have to have a way to damage the Ogerpon itself. If it survives a hit, that's great, it's going to do damage, but with only 210 HP, you're going to need some way to cause it a meaningful amount of damage for that attack to be very meaningful. Now the second attack for 3 fire does 140 damage with an extra 140 if the Pokemon is an evolution. So that's 280 into any evolution Pokemon. That's taking out a lot of V-Stars and coming close. If you had some damage modifiers, it could actually take out big EXs too. So the second attack has more appeal, but I'm still not sure that it's entirely going to be worthwhile.
Then you should look for that one.
Oh yeah, we should.
Okay.
Since you keep getting hits over there.
Woo! Okay, so this was the code card from that pack.
Yep.
Okay.
Once again, you'll have to come back and get the code cards after they are active on Pokemon Live. You can't enter them just yet. So remember to come back, or if you're watching this video a little late and no one grabbed it, well, it might be yours.
Trash.
We have a Sandshrew, a Chansey, nothing cool about the Chansey, Tangela, a Clefairy with a double colorless attack, so it's fits in with the Clefable with the good attack. Another Tatsugiri, just a regular art. Another Dipplin, Jamming Tower, which turns off all effects of tools. So that's a playable card for sure. Venipede, Crawdont, an Iron Leaves with the recovery net attack to put 2 Pokemon from your discard back into your hand. And an Avenging Edge that if you had a Pokemon knocked out the previous turn, it will do a total of 160, which does let it OHKO Charizard, but otherwise it's not that meaningful. And it requires 3 energy, and you don't have the same benefit to charging up just by benching it the way you do with the Iron Leaves EX. So I don't know if this will be playable really or not.
Okay, so then this last pack that's mine to open, was that everything that you got from buying the pre-release, like the kit?
Okay, so from the kit we got those 4 packs, and then because the tournament ended and I was still there, we got, participating in the event means you get 3 extra packs as well.
Okay.
So 3 of the packs, so I guess you can pick 2 and I'll pick 1 as the packs that we got with the kit.
Okay.
It would be 3 of these 9 loose packs.
So I'll go for the wild panda bear guy again, even though I know he's not a panda bear. And I guess we'll try, what is this one again?
Dragapult?
We'll try a Dragapult one this time.
Alrighty. Well, I'll go for another, let's see. You got your best hit last time.
Well, I picked this one and this one last time.
Yeah, and I think this
so maybe I need to
the
do
best.
different and do the two I didn't do last time.
I'm gonna do one of the ones that she did.
Okay, so we're going with the mask guy. We'll see what's in this one. Okay, so we have a Swirlix, we have a Litwick, we have a Puccina, a Flabébé, a handheld fan.
So that's a tool that if it's attached to your Pokemon and you get attacked, it forces your opponent's Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon basically, to move an energy from itself to its bench. No, actually, you get to choose. So you choose which energy to move and which benched Pokemon to move it onto.
Okay.
It's playable, but not amazing.
Huh. So you get to move energy on your opponent's side. That's interesting, though.
Yeah, you attach it to your Pokemon, and if you get attacked, you move an energy from the attacker to something else.
Interesting.
Kind of as a way to make their useful energy go on to
away.
something not useful.
Okay. Diplin, Rillaboom, Bellibolt, Nosepass. Oh golly, what was this? Pheasantipity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then energy. So we didn't get really anything cool that time. Okay.
Note to self: teal mask packs are worthless.
That's not true.
All right. Now I'm gonna open my bear, and maybe I'll pull one. Maybe I will get the Blood Moon or Saluna.
Okay.
It's actually a card that I think has been overhyped, but it's still a valid pull for sure. Oh, that's a hit. I mean, it's not really a rare hit, but Dracoloak with the ability Recon Directive. Once per turn, you look at your top 2 cards, and you get to pick one of them to put in your hand, and then the other one goes onto the bottom of your deck. So this is reminiscent of the old Airmail ability that was on Pidgeotto during the Sun and Moon time frame. We also have a Poliwhirl that's not worth really talking too much about. Tangela, Shinx, another Jamming Tower, Glaceon, which has a 30 damage attack that does 9 damage counters onto the defending Pokemon if your opponent keeps the same Pokemon in the active. Basically, if they switch, that was just a 30 damage attack, which isn't all that great. We have a Diplin again. I think we're approaching a playset of those guys. A Tangela, we have a Room, and a Chandelier. Chandelier has the ability that you can force your opponent to draw a card. You draw a card as well, but that way, this could come into play in certain decks that are trying to mill opponents, because you force them to draw a card, which means that, obviously they're going through their draws more than they expected, faster than they expected.
I'm gonna open this one. My last chance to get something cool from this first set of stuff. Okay. Okay, this is how my last pack started, so we'll see. I'm opening Hisuian Growlithe, Monferno, Nosepass. Okay, okay, here we go. Now it's different. Love Ball, a Scolipede, maybe, Bellibolt, a Ducklet. We got Diplin. Is that
Secret Illustration Rare, yeah.
And then we got a Walking Wake. Is Walking Wake cool at all?
First attack is nothing. Second attack, 20 damage, and you 20 damage, 20 times damage. So 3 water energy or 2 water and something else. Either way, you get to choose how many damage counters you place on the Pokemon, up to 9. So that's doing 90 damage to itself, and then it in turn would do up to 180 damage to your opponent. And you just, for the record, you can't overkill yourself, so you can do 90 one turn, and then if he lives, the next turn you can do 90 more, so he has 180 damage on him, and you get that 180 attack both times. So, okay single price attacker. With the 3 energy attack cost, that's not amazing, but it's okay.
Okay, and since I got my Diplin, then we will show our code card. Okay, so I have been keeping track on our handy dandy little, what is this even? The card list.
Checklist, yeah.
Well, it says card list, but card checklist, whatever you want to call it, to see, like, what, if you were to go get one of these, or go to a pre-release at your local shop, what kind of, I mean, for us, obviously it's not standard, but, like, what kind of percentage of cards are you getting? And we have just 2 more to mark off. 156. Okay, so this is what our list looks like so far. If you're just curious at home, or you want to see, like, what we got.
At a glance, I would say this amounts to 20 to 25% of the cards in the set from just the pre-release kit. That's not too bad. We didn't have a lot of great hits. We did have a fair amount of hits with the Secret Illustration Rare. So if you're just a collector, that's not bad at all.
No. For us, obviously, it's, random, but
I personally am more of a player, and so the Secret Illustration Rares don't do that much for me.
I think they're adorable.
But, we had a fair number of hits there, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. So the rest of what we have was my judge support for running pre-release events yesterday. So we had a total, we ran 3 pre-releases and went through a total of 70 kits.
Wow.
We had a total of 70 things sold, which means that I got 6 for each of those, which means 42 packs. So that's an entire booster box and 6 more loose packs.
Nice.
So I think we start off with the loose packs.
Okay.
I am not going to let you have both of the layers.
I was wondering. Okay,
so
well,
I guess you get to pick one of these.
I mean, I opened both last time, and I don't remember which one I opened second, which is where my Diplin was. So we'll go with, I think it was this one. So I'll take this one.
Alrighty. I'm going to go straight for the bear again, the Ursaluna.
Okay.
Just because I remember that he got you the very first hit. Okay, we have a Phantomp, a Slugma, a Tadbulb, a Dragon-type Applin, which has a Find a Friend attack. But unfortunately, that's a get any Pokemon you want into your hand, not onto your bench. So it's a little slower, but it will help you evolve. We have another Carmine for Lugia Dex, a Heracross, another Palafin, a Dreepy, a reverse Dreepy even, so that's nice for playability, a Monferno, and an Alakazam. Glancing at it, you confuse your opponent's active Pokemon for 1 Psychic Energy, and you simultaneously may move any number of damage counters from that Pokemon to your opponent's other Pokemon on the bench in any way you like. Then the second attack for 1 Psychic Energy is Psychic, base of 10, with 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active. All that can be summarized as not very good for a Stage 2.
Okay, so I'm going to take your stack and I will mark them off in a minute, but I'm going to try my Blood Moon Ursaluna pack and see if I get something better than you.
She's going to show me up. So far, all of the hits have been from your packs.
I know, that's because I'm good at picking random packs. Okay, so we're going this way. Okay, so we got Corphish. Is that what that one is?
Yep.
Then we got a Grookey and a Fennezen.
We finally have a Fennezen to go with all the Palafins we've drawn.
We got a Wattrel and a
Glalie,
okay. Kilowattrel. We have a Brute Bonnet.
So this is a new Brute Bonnet. First attack just poisons, which is certainly worse than the previous Brute Bonnet, which had poisoning your opponent as an ability. And the second attack does 50 damage plus 50 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active. So that second attack could be much more meaningful. This could sneak into some Ancient Box decks to be a big build-up if you do an initial, 70 damage, and then you follow up with this. That's going to be a big hit onto anything.
Okay. Then we got a Zapdos, and a Tinglu, and an Enamorus.
If any of your Pokemon play are the same type as any of your opponents, it's a 3 energy, 200 damage attack. Not horrible, not great.
Okay, well that one didn't work out so well, but that's okay. Okay, so you're going to open another one?
I am going to open another one.
These off.
Alright, we both have Synergy.
Okay, so is that what we're doing next?
That's what I'm going to do next. Okay. You can follow suit or not.
Sure. Sure, why not?
At least on that Ursaluna set, you didn't super show me up.
Nope.
Now you're checking things off. Did you check off both the Dragon type and the Grass type for Applin and Diplin?
Do they have different numbers?
Yeah. Okay, she's checking that. We have a Darumaka, an Apom, a Poliwag, a Helioptile. We have the Ogre's Mask. So this is kind of a neat card. It's an item that allows you to choose a Pokemon EX from your discard pile that has Ogerpon in its name and switch it with any of your Pokemon EX with Ogerpon in their name active Pokemon, like Pokemon that are out, that are in play. So that can be your bench or your active. Basically, if you have like a fire type Ogerpon, the Fire Mask guy, remember I said that's how I was going to call him, and you want to switch it with the Water Mask, lets you do it as long as you have that Water Mask or whichever type you want in the discard. You can switch it with another of the same type, so Fire Mask for Fire Mask, Grass Mask for Grass Mask, etc. But I don't know that there's any benefit to doing that because it's not like you get to reuse their abilities. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and other effects remain on the new Pokemon. So, once per turn abilities have already been used if you switch to the same version again. We have a Sunflora, which doesn't seem impressive. An Enhanced Hammer, which is a reprinted card coming back to take down Lugia. Lugia plays so many special energies. We have a Perrin, which is basically, if you ever played during the era where we had Pokemon Communication, it was an item that let you take a Pokemon from your hand and switch it with Pokemon in your deck. This is a supporter that does the same effect, but 2 at once. Up to 2 at once, I guess. Then we have a Litwick, and a full art Grass Mask Ogerpon.
Wow.
I finally got a hit, folks. Go me. And go you, because that means you get a code card.
Okay. Take this.
I didn't get to.
Oh, you're going to talk about it? Okay, here. Take this.
That's actually one of the 2 Ogerpons that's really we're talking about.
Okay.
So, the Grass Mask or Teal Mask Ogerpon has the ability Teal Dance. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy card from your hand to Teal Mask Ogerpon. And if you use this ability, if you attach an energy in this way, you may draw a card. Now this isn't limited to 1 use per turn so you can do this once per turn for each Teal Mask Ogerpon. So if you have 4 grass energies in hand, you can use this ability 4 times to draw 4 cards. The attack is a 30 plus 30, where you do 30 more damage for each energy attached to both your side and your opponent's side. And could be an interesting way. I've seen talk of this ability being used to power up any colorless elements of attack costs for all the other Ogerpon types. That's one method of playing an Ogerpon deck that may work out, because you then use the item that we just saw to switch to whichever type you actually want to attack with. I've also seen this played in some Raging Bolt lists as a way to continually, yes, the Ogre Mask is what I was talking about for switching. And I've seen some play in Raging Bolt lists over in Japan as well, because you can accelerate energy from hand and keep drawing, and then you discard the energies off the Ogerpons with Raging Bolt's attack to do a lot of damage.
Okay, so you asked if I had marked off both, and the answer is yes, because they do have different numbers.
Okay.
So they are both marked off. Okay, so now he got a hit, so hopefully I will get something cool in this one. Okay, he got a Glimmet, a Thwacky, a Heliolisk, a Ducklet, a Community Center.
Once during each player's turn, if they played a supporter from their hand, they may heal 10 damage from each of their Pokemon. Okay. That may see some play in certain decks.
Iron Bundle.
Can't read that very well. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon, and if you do, switch out your opponent's active to the bench. Your opponent gets to choose what they're bringing up. It does 60 damage. I think I would stick with the old Iron Bundle that has the ability to force your opponent to switch.
Probopass, and a Kilowattrel, and a Froakie, and a
Palafin
Palafin
EX. We talked about the ability on the Palafin. So the EX has the ability, or disability if you want, that you can only put it in play with the effects of Palafin's 0 to Hero ability. So only by switching. That's the only way this guy can come into play. Even if you have something that turns off EX abilities, Roblox abilities, like Paths to the Peak or the new Iron Thorns EX, those cards don't turn off the abilities for cards that are not in play yet. They don't have the special clause that says Roblox or EX Pokemon or anything like that that are in hand. So you'd have to be in an expanded format with a card that's red like that, such as the Garboder's Garbotoxin ability, for that to actually enable you to play this down manually. But yeah, if you can get this guy out consistently and avoid the complications of de-evolution, 1 energy attack to do 250 damage is pretty hoss, and a 340 HP stage 1 is also pretty powerful.
Okay, so since I got that card, I guess we're doing this.
Yep, here's your code card.
Okay.
Now we go for my Dragapult pack.
Okay.
And we start off with a Timber. Aaron, a Spinneract, a Sandshrew, Lana's Aid. Put up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon that don't have a rule box, and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Conkeldurr, who has a 250 damage attack, and has the clause on the attack that if he's affected by any special conditions, you can ignore all energy requirements for the Gutsy Swing. So you can do 250 for no energy, but he is a stage 2.
Wow.
And you have to find a way to do the special condition stuff. We have a Revavroom. Doesn't look like much of anything. We have a Phantump reverse, a Milotic reverse, which has an ability, your opponent's Pokemon in play and all attached cards can't be put into your opponent's hand. We've seen that ability a few times before. It counters decks that look to get things into the discard and then recycle them. And then finally we have a Sinistcha. Nothing incredibly cool about this. You can use the Spill the Tea ability for attack for 1 grass energy to do up to 210 on a stage 1 with 1 energy. So that's borderline playable.
Okay, so our last of our 6. I'm going to do this one.
Once he does that, I'm going to go ahead and open this.
Okay, so I got a Vulpix. We have an Eevee. We have a Girafarig. We have a Froakie. We have a Glimmora. Another Snorlax. A Morpeko. A Brute Bonnet. A Poliwhirl. And a, oh gosh, okay, upside down. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX.
Water Mask.
Okay.
So, this guy has a single energy attack, Sob, that just does 20 damage and prevents your opponent from retreating. We've seen some play from Pokemon like Mawile that keep your opponent from retreating and do a little bit of damage. This is a step up from that in that it's not a super easily knocked out Pokemon. It does have 210 HP. But the main attack here is going to be this Torrential Pump. Does 100 damage, and then if you choose to shuffle the 3 energy cards attached to this Pokemon, if you overpower him, then you only have to do 3 for shuffling. But if you choose to, you can do an extra 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. This is another card that is mostly currently seeing play in Lugia, at least as far as Japan is concerned, because Lugia has a new special energy that we'll talk about it, hopefully, if we see it. It's a rainbow energy that works to power up this attack, and then you shuffle it back in and you can use it elsewhere. Legacy energy is the energy I'm talking about, by the way.
Okay, so here's the code card for that one.
Here you go. And do you want the left side or the right side?
Oh gosh, I'll go right side. I don't remember what I picked last time, but whatever I picked was not as good as the other side. But I will go that side. That's fine. The one that you just pulled out.
Okay.
Okay. So for anyone following along at home, this is where we're at now. Before we open our booster box. So this is what our little checklist look like so far. So it pretty much stops, here though.
Yeah,
like,
we don't have a lot of the
super secret stuff.
Yeah, but I mean we're approaching 50% of the set, and that was basically the equivalent of 2 kits, more or less.
Yeah.
So it was 6 packs plus the 7 that we got from the first kit.
So I feel like we're doing pretty good. I don't know if other people do this. I'm one of those I like to look at percentages and see the numbers. So that's where we're at.
Okay, I'll open another. Looks like a teal mask pack. And we start off with a Crawdon. Farfetch'd. When you play him onto the bench, you get to search for a tool card, but you have to attach it to Farfetch'd. So unless there's a game-breaking tool for a 70 HP Pokemon with a 30 damage attack, this doesn't seem like it's going to be that great. Torkoal, Kadabra to help you get up to that Abra. You have an Ambipom, an Aggron, another Cook, another Perrin, a Nosepass, and we finally get to the Infernape that is one of the pre-release promos you could get. He has the ability that once during your turn you may attach a basic Fire energy, a basic Fighting energy, or one of each from your hand to any of your Pokemon in any way you like. So it doesn't even have to be to the same Pokemon. He also has an attack that does 200 damage, and you have to discard an energy from him while doing so. This could, obviously you can power it up in one turn using his ability. If you're going, I guess you would have to attach a Fire energy and a Fighting energy with the ability, and then you do another Fire from hand, like as your attachment for turn. But that's pretty powerful. Power up from nothing attack on a single prize or stage 2 that does 200 damage. Pretty good, pretty good.
I just realized when I showed my list, I forgot to mark off our last guy. Okay, so let's see what we got in this first pack. Flaky, Heliolisk, Ducklet, Amalga, Fable, Cook, Palafin, Amalga, Poliwrath, and an Iron Leaves.
Boo hiss.
I feel like we've seen a lot of those cards.
Seen, I think all of those cards.
Okay.
We shouldn't have too much you have to check off from that one.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and jump into my Dragapult while she double checks those. I'm really hoping that we'll see some of these packs containing Dragapult. But so far, closest we've come is, I think, 1 Dreepy and 1 Dracoloak. We get a Halucha that does 90 extra damage if your opponent has taken more prizes than you. Not that great. Tangrowth with Thicket Body to take 30 less damage. But his attack maxes out at 150. Venipede, Chansey, Fable, another Tatsugiri, that's cool. Faragariff with a an attack for a DCE that does 40 damage for each stage 1 Pokemon you have in play. Which obviously he's 1, so you start with a 40 damage base. We have a Zapdos that we didn't talk about last time. He does have a 3 energy attack to do 190 on a basic single prizer. So if you have a good way to power up the 3 energy, 2 lightning, and a colorless attack cost, like maybe you hit an electric generator, that could be a pretty powerful single prize attacker. And we have that Milotic again that turns off your opponent's ability to reuse cards. And a Hisuian Arcanine for a 0 energy attack that if your benched Pokemon have any damage counters on them, you do 90 more. So 0 energy cost for 120 damage, not bad. But the other attack only does 90 damage and causes burn. It's probably not good enough.
Okay, so we have a special guest that would like to open a pack. So she's going to open our little matcha guy here.
I believe this
Leave it there.
This is Panda Girl.
What?
Do you have an online name?
No.
No? Okay. You could be Cozy Games Mom's Kid.
What?
Cozy Games Kid.
There you go. Okay. Don't mess up your cards there.
You want me to get it started? Oh, you got
You
it.
got it?
All right.
She's got it.
Because you're on her side, that means the cards have to be shown upside down.
Ooh, it gets complicated. Upside down, and you have to try to figure out the names of the Pokemon. It's super fun.
You can just say the
Hisuian.
Hisuian Growlithe.
Yeah.
Monferno.
Yes.
Nosepad.
Yep. Ooh, Jinx. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to, you were supposed to guess it. Okay.
Jinx.
Yep.
I just didn't know that was a Jinx. I couldn't read it.
Yeah.
Tatsugiri.
Yep.
Diplin.
Yep.
Jamming Tower.
Yep.
Sunkern. Oh, he's so cute. Lampent.
Yep. Hisuian.
Hisuian Arcane.
Arcanine.
Arcanine.
So we got nothing that awesomely cool. But that's okay. Okay, that means you're up.
That's me. So I'm going to open another matcha guy.
What you got?
Hey, we got another Dracoloak.
Woohoo!
That's good. And a Poliwhirl, and a Tangela, and a Shinx, and another Jamming Tower. Definitely have a playset of those. A Glaceon, another Diplin, playset of those. A Kilowattrel. Ooh, and the Secret Illustration Rare Wattrel. So that's pretty. You've got the Lightning Bird diving down into the water with the sparks shooting off.
Remember when he said he didn't care about those, and yet he's describing it?
I'm describing it. It looks cool, but I would much rather this be an EX or
Okay.
I'd even trade this for another Dracoloak, except probably not. And a Frostlass. So Frostlass we haven't touched on. He's in some of the pre-release kits. He has the ability that during Pokemon Checkup, you put a damage counter on each Pokemon on both sides of play that has an ability, unless they are Frostlass. Frostlass is immune to Frostlass's damaging ability. That was a hit, so here is your code card, my friends.
Okay, my turn.
It's another showdown. Her Ursula versus mine.
Oh my god. Why? There we go.
It's being harder to open means it's going to have a better pull.
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Okay, so we got a Floette, a Sunkern, an Abra, a Skarmory, a Glaceon, a Sandslash, an Iron Bundle, an Applin, a Sandy Gas. It's a crocheted one. Those are my favorite. I probably said that last time. And then a Zapdos. So for me, this was totally an awesome pack. But, you know. Yes.
All right. Now, while she oogles and ogles her crocheted Pokemon,
Back out.
I will be opening my Ursaluna pack and looking for...
Trying to do better than a Sandy Gas?
Yes, something better than a Sandy Gas.
Okay, I don't know if you can do it.
I may, yeah.
We have another Clefairy, a Varoom, a Volbeat, a Luxio, Kilowattrel, Sandslash, Lucian. So each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of their deck, and then flips a coin. And by flipping the coin, they determine whether they draw 6 cards on heads or 3 cards on tails. We have a Ducklet, a Litwick, and a Luxray EX. I think I won that little
What? I'm
back and
pretty
forth.
sure. Okay, wait. Now, look. This one versus that one. I mean, come on. You can't even.
So, Luxray, the winner of that showdown, has a colorless attack that does 120, and your opponent reveals their hand. I'm sorry, a double colorless. I think it just said colorless. Double colorless does 120. Obviously, that's 100 if you attach double turbo energy. And then your opponent reveals their hand, and you discard a card that you find there. This could be pretty powerful if paired with Unfair Stamp, which we haven't seen yet, but can put your opponent on 2 cards in hand. It also has a Volt Strike for 250 damage for 2 lightning energies. And we also have a code card that you get because my pack was better than hers.
Ouch. Sorry, Sandy Guest. I love you. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna go to the mask and see what happens. Oh, see, it was easier to open that time. Alright, we got an Applin. Seems to be the card that we get a lot of. Snowrunt in his little igloo. Oh gosh. Larian, okay. A Chimchar. A Lucian. Is that one important at all?
We just talked about.
See, I was focused on other things. A Darmanitan. A Carmine, a Snorlax, a Poliwag, and another Wellspring Mask or Ogerpon EX.
Yes. Hey, that's another hit, another code card.
There's that code card. Okay.
I think she's still beating me by leaps and bounds.
I don't know.
We have a Goldeen with the Festival lead attack, again, making it so he can attack twice in a row if you have the Stadium in play. The relevance of this attack is basically for energy denial. You get 2 shots to flip a coin, like 2 shots because you use the attack twice, flipping a coin, and on heads, discarding an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. We have another Dreepy, which I like to see, another Sandygast, which cheat call a hit,
Woohoo!
a Phoebus, a Darmanitan. She just pulled one of these two. It has a 3 fire energy attack to do 210 damage. But it does hit itself for 70 when it uses it. That could be a useful attack, but not amazing. We have a Leafeon that he has an attack that lets you heal off all damage from one of your Pokemon. So that might be relevant in some cases. It might be worth using, but you're leaving a fairly weak and vulnerable Pokemon in the active by using that attack. Swanna doesn't look spectacular. A reverse Diplin, a reverse Tinglu, and another Iron Leaves. The Tinglu didn't look very spectacular either.
Okay. Okay, so we're going for Dragapult. Is that what this one is?
Dragapult on both sides, yeah.
Okay.
We have yet to pull a Dragapult, but that's highest on my list of wants.
Okay, let's see if it...
I also think it's kind of strange we haven't pulled any ace specs.
We have not. Okay, we got the Pinsir, we got a Fion, a Girder, a Venipede, a Swanna, a Bellybolt, a Snorlax, the Caretaker.
So draw 2 cards, and if you drew any cards this way, and Pokemon Community Center is in play, you shuffle the Caretaker back into your deck. I don't see this card having any playability whatsoever.
Okay, and then Halucha and an Alakazam.
Alright, come on, my Dragapult. Beat hers, and also contain a Dragapult.
There we go, we're still looking for that Dragapult.
That would be nice.
I would like 3 of them if possible.
We're running out of things here.
We start with a Vulpix. We have an Eevee, which has the Ascension attack, so lets you search your deck for a card that evolves from Eevee. Having this on Eevee is especially nice because there are so many different cards that can evolve from an Eevee. I imagine down the road we'll start seeing some Evolution EXs that make that even better. A Girafarig, a Froakie, and I want to mention this Flock attack, which lets you put down up to 2 more Froakies onto your bench. We have a Glimmora, a Snorlax, Morpeko, a Tadbulb, another Froakie, and we have Sinistcha EX Full Art. So for a single colorless energy, you get to put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon for each basic grass energy in your discard pile. So that could add up quite a bit, but all of the damage counters have to go to one specific Pokemon. This is not a basic, it's stage 1, so that means it's not blocked by Jirachi. And then he also has a Matcha Splash attack, a grass and a colorless, heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon and do 120 damage. That's definitely a hit. And here's your code card, my friends.
Okay. Let's see if I can find any good cards.
Looks like we're having a Sinistcha.
I know, look, they're like, hey, we're all hanging out, let's have a tea party.
He inspired the packs that we're going to battle with next.
Okay. We got an Aron, a Sandshrew, a Chansey, a Tangela, Lana's Aid, Leafeon, Revavroom, Heracross, Snorunt, and a Luxray EX. Which
Full art.
that's a different style of art than the one that we had before. And then here is the code card.
So now I'm opening my pack and looking for better than a full art EX.
I mean, I feel like that's at least something.
Hey, let's go for secret rare Dragapult.
Okay, I mean, I love that.
I don't even know if that exists in the set, but
I can tell you in a little bit.
I can hope. We have a Phantump, a Slugma, a Tadbulb, an Applin, another Carmine, a Heracross, a Palafin, a Spinarak, a Revavroom, and a Zapdos. Unfortunately, because the game bomb definitely won that.
Okay, ready for my Ursa Luna. Yeah.
Last time she had trouble, my pack ended up being best. So fingers crossed.
Okay, Clefairy, Shinx. Oh gosh, okay, so Poltergeist. Okay. Varoom, Rillaboom, Handheld Fan, Morpeko, Poochyena, Kadabra, Tinglu, and that is all we had. So before you do yours, just as we're kind of halfway-ish, this is where we're looking at again. We're filling out with this, but we're still lacking over here.
We're basically lacking in the
the red ones.
Yeah, the rare.
Yeah, over here, the red thingies.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm doing pretty good.
We're doing good if you're trying to collect the whole set. If you're looking for good usable cards,
we're not doing so well. That is true.
Dragapult seems to be very tough to pull.
Yeah, we haven't pulled one. Hopefully this time, because we just said it.
Swirlix with Festival Lead, placing 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, attacking twice to do that twice. Not great. Litwick, Poochyena, Flabebe, the Handheld Fan Tool, Dipplin, Rillaboom, Shinx, Glimmet, and Pheasantipity.
Okay.
I don't think there was a winner to that standoff. And now we're getting into a series of not having the same packs to open. So our battles...
Oh, weird. That's strange. Okay. That the order's changed. Okay, so I am doing a Dragapult. So let's see what we do.
Dreepy.
Okay, I got Dreepy, and a Phoebus, and a Draparig, and a Vulpix, and a Farigiraf, Brute Bonnet, Enhanced Hammer, a Chansey, a Phoebus, and an Okie Dokie, which we got in one of those first packs or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Looking for the Teal Mask pack to not give a Teal Mask. Do you think we're going to hit an Ace Spec first or a Dragapult?
At this point, I don't know. I don't know what... I wish, they could tell you... sometimes on those things, they'd be like, you got a 10% chance or something
So I saw a lot of Ace Specs being pulled yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't see any Dragapults.
Okay, so I'm going to go... That will pull an Ace Spec first.
I'm going to hope we get lucky and pull a Dragapult. Timber, Aeron, Spinneract, Sandshrew, Lana's Aid, Conkeldurr, Revavroom, Tangrowth, Darmanitan, and a Mag Cargo EX. I was not explicit enough when I said a hit that is not the Teal Mask Overpod.
No.
So, Mag Cargo has the Ground Burn attack that does 140, and if you discard the top card of... Well, not if. You also discard the top card of each player's deck, and any energy cards found there will do an additional 140 damage, meaning that you could potentially do not 140, not 280, but 420 damage with this attack.
Wow, that's a lot.
If both you and your opponent hit an energy card. His first attack is a fire and a colorless for 70 damage that burns. So 90 damage, not all that spectacular. But that second attack could be pretty powerful if it... there's supporters that can, the Cryptomaniac, it's not Cryptomaniacs. Cypher Maniacs. That will let you put what you want on top of your deck. You can always play Silene to do that as well. So I can actually see that working out to be a pretty strong attacker. And here's your code card.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go back to our matcha guy and see what we have in this one. Okay, so we have a Froakie, Eevee, Phantump, Slugma, Kilowattrel, Glalie, we got whatever, Ogre's Mask, Leafeon, Timber, and a See, every time.
Sinistcha.
Sinistcha. Okay, so nothing. I did not get a good one that one time.
Whoop. We have a Darumaka, an Apom, a Poliwag, a Helioptile, another Ogre's Mask, a Sunflora, another Enhanced Hammer, a Rhyfort, a Walking Wake, and Tinglu.
Sounds like ones that we've already had.
Primarily, yes. I think we're mostly on repeats.
Yeah, I'm marking off very little at this point on our list.
Yeah, so we each now have 8 packs left, so 16 packs.
Okay.
So this is where we're actually now fully past the halfway point.
Okay.
Because 16 is 32. So I guess last pack, we each opened our last packs, was when we were at exactly the halfway point.
Oh, okay. So I haven't marked off the one that you just opened. So this is basically right. So I was premature earlier. This is our halfway looking thing. I've probably marked off one or two since the last time I put that together. So, okay, we're going to go with our Blood Moon. Maybe if I call it Blood Moon instead of just Ursaluna, it'll be like, yes, I'll give you a cool thing. Okay. So we got Swirlix, Tadbulb, Applin, Flabebe, Probopass, Heracross, Love Ball, Mightyena. We got the what is this called again?
Secret Illustration Rare.
Okay, so for the Timber, and then we got a Chandelier. So, I mean, maybe...
You got a hit.
I did. It wasn't what we were looking for, but I do think they're very cute.
They definitely are cute. Definitely are pretty. Okay. So am I supposed to call this Sinistcha?
I guess, instead of just calling him the Matcha Man? I don't know. He's the... What is it? Matcha Man?
Matcha Man Randy Savage? Is that where we're going?
Yeah. Maybe he wants to be called that. I don't know.
Well, if he does, we said that. If he wants his real name, the Sinistcha, we had that too.
Okay, we got it.
Hopefully we've made him happy. Corphish, Grookey, Finizen, Wattrel, Glalie, Kilowattrel, Brute Bonnet, Luxio, Fion, and yet another Alakazam.
Okay, well.
That did not work out for me.
It's okay.
I'm going to use the full name on my next pack.
Okay, so I am doing our... What is this guy actually called? The Ogrepon? So why did he has all these masks, but they decided on this one is the one that was the cool one, huh?
Apparently.
Okay. Litwick, Puccina, Paleosand, a Timber, a Glimora, an Ariados, which I just said we didn't have, an Accompanying Flute.
So reveal the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, and you may choose any number of basic Pokemon to put onto their bench. Any number in this case has been confirmed as meaning 0 through 5.
Okay, so you can choose not to.
So basically, you can fill their bench or do nothing.
Okay.
And then the opponent shovels their cards back into the deck, the ones that weren't basic.
Interesting. Okay. Tangela, Clefable, and a Palafin EX.
Well, that's our second Palafin EX.
And here is the code card for that one. Okay, we're still looking for the Dragapults that you really want.
We are. Okay, so I am going to open this pack featuring Blood Moon Ursaluna.
Do you need like a clapping track or something too? Like, woohoo, yeah! How did I? Oh, okay, I didn't mark that off.
This powerful pack starts off with a Glimmet, then a Thwackey, a Heliolisk, a Ducklet, a Community Center, an Iron Bundle, Probopass, Thwackey number 2, Sandshrew, and Sinistcha. None of my attempts at convincing the pack to feature great cards worked out at all.
So I'm on to Dragapults. Let's see what we get. I'm going to keep my fingers. I mean, you can see my fingers are not crossed, but... Okay. Spinarak, Growlithe, Poliwag, Apom, Slurpuff, Melodic, Perrin, Tatsugiri, Goldeen, and an Enamorous. I was hoping. I was like, I see stuff, but no. Okay.
Alrighty. Let's go for the Teal Mask Ogrepon pack. We have Emolga, Hisuian Growlithe, Monferno, Nosepass, another Love Ball, Scolipede, Bellibolt, Reverse Eevee, Reverse Palafin, and Chandelier.
Oh no! Okay, since we're so close to the end, we'll just open up and I'll do the last thing. Okay, so we are doing another matcha. We are still looking. Darumaka, Corphish, Grookey, Helioptile, Diplin, Cramorant, Kieran.
So Kieran lets you choose effects. You can only get one effect, but you either switch your active Pokemon with a benched Pokemon, or you can do 30 extra damage to an EX or V Pokemon that your opponent has in the active. I suspect that anyone who's playing this card is expecting to mostly use it to get 30 extra damage, and just once in a while will use the switch effect if they happen to need it.
Interesting. Okay. Poltergeist, Alakazam, and then we have the Teal Mask Ogrepon. Have we had just the...
I don't think we've had the basic.
Okay.
So, colors that lets you search your deck for 2 basic energy cards of any type and put them into your hand. So this could go into any deck that just wants to get energy in hand. And then a Grass and colorless attack. Ogre Comeback that does 20 plus 20 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon.
Okay, cool.
See if Dragapult can come from Dragapult. At this point, I'd also like to start seeing some ace specs. I don't know how we've gone through like 40 packs and not gotten a single ace spec, but
Are there multiple ace specs in this set?
yes.
Oh wow, okay.
So we have Jinx, Floet, Sunkern, Abra, Accompanying Flute, Boomerang Energy. So this, I think, mostly is to go with Greninja EX.
Which we also have not seen.
We also have not seen that one. If this card is discarded by an effect of an attack used by the Pokemon this card is attached to. So if your opponent's attack is discarding it, doesn't count. But if it's discarded by your own attack, then instead of going to the discard pile, it goes back to the Pokemon. It gets reattached to the Pokemon. So with Greninja EX, we can't show you because we haven't pulled one, but his second attack is a water and 2 colorless. And you have to discard 2 energies to use the attack. If the energies you're discarding are boomerang energies, they will get reattached automatically, and you can continually use the attack. Then we get a Slurpuff, another Teal Mask Ogerpon, a Glamora, and another Okidogi.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to go with Ursaluna. Okay, we got Venison, Caretaker, Glimmet, Lampet, Sunflora, Boomerang Energy that you just talked about, a how did you say this one? Raffort?
It might be Raffort, Ryfort. Look at the top 5 cards and discard any number of them, then put them back in the order. I don't expect this to see a whole lot of play.
We got Brute Bonnet, Anna Vavroom, and an Alakazam. Okay.
If we wanted an Alakazam deck, we definitely got that.
Yeah.
I don't particularly want an Alakazam deck. Skarmory, Applin, Snorunt, Laren, Perrin, Milotic, Ariados, Applin, Frostlass, and Enamorus.
I'm losing hope here.
I am also losing hope.
Okay, we have 4, so that'll leave us with both 3. Maybe because I tore this one completely apart, it'll be different. Okay, we got another of the Poltergeist. Ducklet, Ninetales, Trevenant,
Hey.
Palafin, Shiyu, a Lucky Helmet, a Dreepy, a what was this one?
Pheasantipity, and looks like something.
The Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX.
So this one is the last one we needed to have a set, so that's kind of neat. He has an ability that prevents all attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have any ability. So it's sort of like the Alolan Vulpix V-Star, but it's an ability instead of an attack. So that's kind of neat. And then he has an attack that also sort of like the Alolan Vulpix V-Star. Goes through all effects. It's a fighting energy and then 2 colorless energies. It does 140 damage, and it is not affected by weakness, resistance, or by any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So, for those of you out there familiar with the term Shred, this is a Shred attack. And Shred is Shred. It goes through anything. And here's the code card, which we're not going to shred just yet.
Funny. Okay, I believe that it's you now.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, why did I think that was
Why are you
mine?
cleaning my head?
I don't know.
None of the other ones in
But
there.
no, that was mine.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I just opened that pack.
Oh. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to claim the hit, I guess. Well, I'm going to open another Blood Moon Ursaluna.
Okay.
Eventually. There we go. Chimchar, Pinscher, Fion, Girder, Kieran, Cramorant, another Tatsugiri, Apon, Aggron, and Blissey EX. So Blissey is stage 1 with 300 HP, reminiscent of the 340 HP on Palafin, except this one you can evolve naturally, which could be beneficial, could be easier to handle. Blissey has the Happy Switch ability, which says once during your turn, you may move a basic energy from any one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. Then he has the return attack for 3 colorless energy, do 180 damage, and draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. So,
Okay.
I've seen some like weird kind of control-y decks wanting to use Blissey, but I'm not so much on board with that just yet. But here is your code card for us getting another hit.
This time you did for real.
I did. That was all me.
Okay, so we're gonna go with another Dragapult. Let's see what we got. We got an Olga, Frogadier, a Luminese, an Applin, a Myena, an Iron Bundle, a Festival Grounds. I don't. Have we had this one?
We've had a couple. We have one in the pre-release kit.
Oh, okay. So it's been a minute. Okay, Bellybolt, a Probopass, and a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX.
The full art this time.
Yeah. Okay, so then there is our code card for that one.
I guess the last few packs we're trying to claim a bunch of hits.
Well, I will say what's funny is that there in these last few we've had some of these random ones that I was surprised we hadn't marked off actually show up. So that's kind of, kind of fun.
This is supposed to be mine. Yeah.
This is yours.
Bum, 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 bum. Venipede, Aaron, Sandshrew, Chansey, Paragraph, Rhyfort, Dipplin, Glalie, and the super cute Growlithe.
Oh, let me see. Oh, that is really cute.
Okay, this is one where I will go ahead and say that the cuteness is worthwhile. Yet another hit in our last few packs.
Yeah.
So here's your code card.
Okay. Okay, so there's my turn. So that's my last nice little matcha guy.
Hey, we're gonna finish on a Blood Moon Ursaluna.
Okay.
At one point, that was seeming like the best
I know.
pack, but I don't know that
I
it.
don't know either. Okay, we got Nose Pass. We got Seeking, which somehow we have not pulled one of those in yet. Sunkern, an Abra, a Florges, a Bellybolt, a Hazel.
Hey, that looks like an ace spec behind the Hazel.
Oh, wait, don't look at that yet. Okay, does this card gonna see play? What is
Oh,
this one?
it may see some. It's similar to Colress's Experiment, except you're not sending things to the Lost Zone. You can only play it if one of your Pokemon is knocked out, but you get to look at the top 8 cards of your deck and choose the best 3 to put into your hand. So you're getting access to more cards to find the best 3. But the only after being knocked out clause might not make this good enough. It remains to be seen.
Okay, so we're just going to skip that one for a second. Poliwhirl, and then a Heatran, and then I will let you talk about...
Ooh, okay. Legacy Energy. That's a one that we were probably looking for.
Okay.
Because this card unlocks a lot of play for Lugia V-Star decks. Legacy Energy acts as a Rainbow Energy, which is, something that Lugia has been missing. Luminous Energy, for those of you who are like, wait, we had a Rainbow Energy. Luminous Energy doesn't really work very well in Lugia because Lugia seeks to attach a whole bunch of special energies, and Luminous Energy just turns into colorless energy if other special energies are attached. So, with Legacy Energy, because it's an ace spec, it can only be played as a one-of, but it counts as a Rainbow Energy, and once per game, if this Pokemon, or if the Pokemon that this energy is attached to is knocked out, then your opponent will draw one fewer prize card. So this special energy can help you manipulate the prize trade and potentially gain an advantage there. But it also enables a lot of attacks that Lugia hasn't been able to include since, basically for the last year, since the last Rainbow Energy effect rotated out. So we can now have access to things like Iron Hands to, further manipulate the prize trade by taking big double knockouts and double prizes on single prize Pokemon with low HP. It ties in with the Teal Mask Ogerpon to snipe the damage, and then the Legacy Energy can go back into the deck, meaning you get to reuse it on something else. Or you can always pull it right back out with another Archeops ability to use Ogerpon again. So this creates a lot of options for Lugia, and it's definitely a worthwhile ace spec. It's certainly the ace spec of choice for Lugia going forward.
Alright, well I'm glad that we got that one, and then for that ace spec, here is our code card. Okay.
Ready?
Last pack on your side.
This is my last pack. It is a Dragapult pack. I'll settle for any playable hit.
Just something. Anything!
We have a Tangela, a Clefairy, a Shinx, a Poltergeist, a Chi-Yu, a Lucky Helmet, a Myena, another Poltergeist, a Darumaku, and a Munkidori. Not ending up on a high note for me. But maybe
okay. Last one.
Cozy
All
Game
the energy.
Moms can get some last pack magic and pull the rarest form of Dragapult.
Something, anything. We're excited. We're ready. We're doing it. Okay, we got Snow Runt. We got Chime Echo. See, I tried to make it all sound cool, and it was just literally what it was. Chimchar, a Whirlipede, a Poliwrath, a Scolipede, a Bug Catching set, which we have not seen yet.
Somehow.
A Phantump, a Monferno, and we also got another Monkey Dory, which we had not seen until these last 2 packs, or at the beginning. I guess at the beginning we saw it.
So, Monkey Dory, like, it's actually a useful card. It's actually useful. But, so, Dragapult's running around, right? Presumably somebody somewhere can actually pull Dragapult.
There's probably people out there making videos where they're like, I've pulled so many of these.
But part of Dragapult's attack, and the reason it's like getting all this attention, is that it spreads 6 damage counters every time it attacks to your opponent's bench. Well, Monkey Dory is a same set semi-counter to that. Because if you have Monkey Dory out with a Dark Energy or any of the Rainbow-style energies attached to him, you get to move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon onto one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's like you're taking half of what Dragapult is spreading around, and you're saying, no, this is actually on your side. So that it's kind of a powerful effect there. And it doesn't say that this can only be used once per turn. Like, this ability, yes, it's once per turn, but it's once per turn per Monkey Dory. So theoretically, you could have 2 of these guys out and negate 60 damage worth of spread. 6 damage counters worth of spread. If Dragapult had put all of it on either 1 or 2 Pokemon. So that makes Monkey Dory one of the, perhaps the best of the loyal 3. But, yeah, we'll have to see if that's enough to counteract the power of the Dragapult.
We ended up missing 64 cards. Obviously, the majority of them are from this very red, very alternate art kinds of items. The whatever hyper rare section we actually did not pull any of. In this yellow section, we only ended up with that 1 ace spec, so we are missing 4 of them. I don't know if any of those are ones that you were specifically looking for decks that you were wanting. Oh, 5. I'm sorry, there's one up here too. 5. So I don't know if one of these was a better ace spec to have gotten.
I definitely wanted the Unfair Stamp, and I kind of wanted to Scoop Up Cyclone.
And there's this Hyper Aroma that for some reason is not down there.
Yeah.
So
those are the 3 that I mostly wanted.
And then over in this area, we somehow did not pull Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, unless I missed that one somewhere.
No, we did. We
Are
definitely
sure?
did.
Okay, well,
we pulled the regular art version.
Okay, well, somehow I must have missed that one. Iron Thorns EX we did not pull. Greninja EX we did not pull. Screamtail EX we did not pull. And your thing that you really wanted, Dragapult EX, we did not pull at all. So that's kind of where we're at. Oh, and there was also the Blood Moon Ursaluna. We did not pull the EX. So this is what we're looking at. I don't know if other people ever keep track when they do their pulls for their big thing.
Are there any other listings for Dragapult? There's one there, so that's the full art.
Oh, because you were curious if there was any alternate arts or illustrators. So just those 2.
Those 2, which might mean that we're going to see Dragapult in a special collection box
a tin or
something.
something.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool if that happens. So in case I like to kind of see where we're at when we get all these cards. We get obviously a lot of duplicates of things. We end up the things that Jeffrey doesn't use. We do list actually and sell them when appropriate, and so you can always check that out. Hoopa Hideout on TCG Player. If you need some of these cards that we got so many of. You're pulling out all my hits.
I am.
To see if I got anything good.
Well, I'll be
and
here
then
for a
again,
minute.
I didn't ask this. I think I asked last time. What were the 4 promo?
So there was obviously the
stamps?
Tatsugiri. There was also the Thwacky.
Oh, okay.
Was another one. The Frostlass that had
that
the
we
ability.
saw very rare. Do we one of maybe 2 we pulled? Okay.
He was a pre-release promo as well. And I'm trying to remember what the last one was. I would recognize it if I just saw.
Well, wait, we had that little thing at the beginning. This thing.
Oh yeah.
Was that any Florges? Or no?
I think so. I think
because it's on this little thing,
yeah.
so I thought maybe that was one of the ones. So Florges, maybe we're guessing. We can't remember, but
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we didn't get it.
I didn't think we did the EX.
I really thought we did. Oh no, I did over here. The full art though.
Oh, see, that's why, because it wasn't. It's marked off over here, right here. Because it's this version, and we did not pull the lower numbered one, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, so now let's
out of the way.
Spread out the hits.
Okay.
See where we ended up.
Okay, so I'm gonna put all my cutesy ones together, and then I got another cutesy one, like trying to see, did I get any? Let's see, we got a mask, a mask, a mask. So if I actually put these away, so here we got this one, but we got 2 styles of artwork. Got that mask. We also got, I got that mask, and then I somehow pulled 2 of the Palafin EX. I need more room because I pulled a lot of stuff, so we're gonna put these a little bit here, kind of like that. And then we have the Luxray, and then we have this gorgeous ace spec.
So I think what we can conclude,
this is all mine, and that is yours.
Her side of the box was much, much better than my side of the box. I pulled a total of 3 regular art EXs, 2 secret illustration rare, like basic Pokemon styles, and then 2 full arts. Whereas she pulled 2 full arts, an ace spec, 3 of the secret illustration rare, and then on top of that, she pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basic regular art EXs.
Woohoo! I'm pretty sure I lost last time, so I'm excited that I won this time. And I mean, we cannot forget about this Sandygast that I am super excited about. There may be other people that are super excited about it, but that is my favorite illustrator of Pokemon cards. So
I will say that we definitely could build an Ogerpon deck with what we got here. Alrighty, well, with that, we'll go ahead and close out by thanking everyone out there for watching. And next time we have a set release, you'll see us back once again.
Woohoo!